Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's ALISHA and I post a bunch of lifestyle, vlogs, day in the life content and also these content creator influencer 101s. And I have a video up already about cross promoting, but this one is all about optimizing and organizing your time specifically from photo shoot to upload, and how I save so much time in the week by just spending 1 hour doing all of this all at once. And I am ready to post throughout the week and it saved me so much time, and I want to give you guys all my tips and tricks because I feel like this isn't talked about a lot in the content creator community. So I want to let you guys know my process, what I found, and if you guys have any extra tips and tricks, please let me know because I'm always looking to learn. And if you guys have any questions at all, comment them down below and I'll definitely get to them and answer those questions for you. But be sure to subscribe to my channel and my Instagram and TikTok at ALISHA J Henderson. But for this video, I'm going to do a little screen grab so you can see exactly what I'm doing in my process. So let's get right into it. I kind of have this broken up into sections. So we're going to have a content batching section, kind of a sorting through photos and my process in that. I'm also going to be showing you guys my whole editing process and how I organize in the Teza app, and also how I use the preview app to help optimize my time. And I only use the free version. None of this is paid for as well. Lastly, how I organize through Instagram and how I upload and keep that seamless and really quick and easy, because a lot of us are working still 9-to-5 jobs and we're trying to be influencers and content creators and really working in this space, but we don't always have a lot of time. So that's what I'm here for. So we're gonna get right into it. First, I want to take you guys through my process of content batching and my tips and tricks while doing it. I'm also going to be doing a full video about the behind the scenes and exactly how I plan and save time in content batching, but this is just going to be overall and some tips and tricks that you guys can do. So usually I like to content batch about once a week, and we kind of make it into a little date night, my fiance and I, because he takes a bunch of my photos and we go explore like a new city, which is really fun. We go to little coffee shops and we usually go out to eat, and it's just fun, like taking pictures, walking around a city, and we both really enjoy it. So I have two things that I always do in every single outfit that you don't want to forget, and one is taking a filler photo that can be a detail shot of your outfit or of the city or just something that can be used as a filler photo. And for all my filler photos, I actually have them as Instagram reels, so I'll post a reel and then I'll have my filler photo because I like the look of it in the Instagram feed, but usually filler photos don't do too well on Instagram itself. Usually pictures of yourself always do better, so kind of depends, but that's my little tip there. And then second thing I always do is actually take a video. So I take a video like walking down the street or just kind of posing or sitting. That way you have those videos that you can use for TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and you can cross promote a lot easier. You can even use them as idea pins on Pinterest. And then often as we're walking around, we're always scouting like new backgrounds or new places and kind of taking a note of like those good spots so we can take future pictures at, and it just makes it really easy and seamless. Usually the first time that you go to a location or a city, it kind of can take a little bit because you're trying to find those spots, but just take a note or even write in your notes some of those places or buildings that you like to take pictures at. And then something that's helped my fiance and I save time with photography, because my fiance is not a photographer whatsoever, even though he's kind of becoming one, but I always basically give him an inspiration picture to kind of get an idea of my vision, because if he sees a picture of my inspo, then he'll better create it in my photos. And then I also always like to have like a little bit of foot room and then more above my head in the pictures, and that's how I like to frame it. And if you kind of talk through that with your photographer, and I always like to take it at a lower angle, because if you take it too high, it can be kind of makes you look short and not at one of those aesthetic Pinterest photos. And then also if you're taking pictures by yourself, which sometimes I do, I always use the Lens Buddy app because it'll rapid fire pictures. That way you can kind of move and pose and it makes it a lot easier. And don't be shy to take pictures in public. It's gonna be worth it. You're not gonna see these people. It's taken me a long time to get there, but it's very worth it. Lastly, just throughout the week, if you have an nice outfit and you're out and about, might as well take a picture as well, because you just want to get as many pictures and filler photos and nice pictures as you can, because that's going to be really beneficial for you. The next step after you're done with the content batching is actually sorting through those pictures. So these next steps I do all in the same day, usually kind of the day after I do this, and I just sit down for about an hour and I just get it all done. So what I do is I go through every single picture, I swipe through and I favorite the pictures that I want to keep, and then I go through and delete everything that I didn't favorite favorite. And then I go back through, and if there's pictures that are somewhat similar, I kind of pick which one I like more just to kind of clean up my feed a bit, and then I unfavorite them because I know all of those are ones that I like. And while I'm going through those pictures, I also always find a live photo that I like, because I always take my photos with live photo because you can turn those into videos and again use them as TikToks, Instagram Reels, yada yada yada. And then to get a good aspect ratio for your videos, I actually download those live photos that I turned into videos and download them into Canva, and then I change the aspect that way they fit the TikTok feed, because I feel like those do better personally for myself rather than the cropped with the black lines on the sides. So it's just a little way to do that. And then once I have those downloaded, then I delete the original live photos because those aren't the ones that I'm going to want to use in the future. And then next, it's all about editing and really getting into how I specifically organize. So what I like to do is actually select all the similar poses and in the same position, and I select all of those and I bring them over to the Teza app. I've recently started using the Teza app, and these features have saved me so much time. So I'm going to show you my process of editing, and then I'm also going to show you how I organize and keep everything together after. So how I like to edit is once I bring them all into the Teza app, I select one picture, typically kind of the picture that I like the most, and I start by using the vintage filter because I like the look of that, but I really keep it really natural, so I bring it really, really low. Every photo for every edit is slightly different, but I usually add the vintage filter, then I go ahead and also sharpen the image as well. And I adjust the shadows and the highlights. I like to bring those up because I do like the brighter and lighter photos, but I try to keep it really, really natural and play off the natural colors in the photo. Then I go into HSL, and this is where I specifically color correct and enhance those colors. So I play around with the yellow a little bit. I bring the luminance up and play with the saturation because I find that the yellow actually makes the whites whiter if you take out that yellow tone in it. And then I also play with the orange and red, just playing with the skin tone, just making sure it's even. There's a lot of green and blue just in the sky and grass, so I go ahead and brighten those up just a little bit with the luminance or saturation, just kind of see it. Like I said, it changes with every photo. And then something that you can use in the Teza app is to actually straighten out your photo. So I like to use this specifically if I'm next to a building or on the edge of a parking garage. I like to make sure the line is straight, that way everything's even in my feed. It's just something small, but I really like to do that. And then unfortunately Teza doesn't have this feature, but sometimes I'll go into Lightroom and I'll go into geometry and change the vertical aspect to kind of like elongate my body. And sometimes if the photo isn't taken at a good angle, you can kind of fix it this way. But anyway, back to Teza. So my favorite part about Teza is that you can go ahead and copy that photo that you just edited, and then you can copy and paste that throughout all of those photos in the same location, and then I go ahead and save it. That way all of the photos are edited the same way and they're all together, and it just makes it a lot easier and it's really straightforward. Get one kind of group and set of photos done, I go ahead and go into my camera roll and bring over new photos to edit in the Teza app, and I go through the same process, copy, paste, and save them. And I go through all of my pictures like that, even my filler photos, and it saves me so much time because then I know when I'm ready to post and everything. It just saves me a lot of time, and I'm already batch shooting all that content, and I like to keep them all together, all edited, if that makes sense. Right, now is my favorite part of the content batching to upload process because it really helps me stay so organized. I've said this a lot, but it's so important to stay organized, especially if you are doing this as a side hustle. And I've recently discovered the Preview app. Now I have the free version of the Preview app. I do not pay for it, so it would be even easier if you do pay for it, and it might be something that I do in the future, but I don't right now. What I do is I take all of those photos that I just edited and I bring them in as carousel. So I'll take like the grouping of photos that I had in that same location, same outfit, bring them over into the Preview app, and I'll just keep doing that. And I'll even bring in all my filler photos. Unfortunately, the Preview app doesn't upload Instagram Reels, but what I like to do is actually just use them as a placeholder. So once it kind of gets uploaded, you can go ahead and put that filler photo as a placement holder. All right, so the next part is really fun, and you can drag and plan out your feed. So I like to switch switch it up from standing to sitting, filler photos, close-ups, full body shots. I just like to switch it up. Like, I don't want to have two full body shots right next to each other, and I kind of bring in the colors as well. Sometimes there's a photo with like a lot of green, and then the next one has a little bit of green but also a lot of blue, and then I can put the next one to have more blue, and I kind of like transition it like it, so it's not like just a blue photo and just a red photo right next to each other, but like sometimes they can kind of go all together and blend in. I personally like that. It doesn't always happen, but I like to do that. And then another thing I like to do that I've noticed I really like, putting the filler photo and detail shot right next to the picture, like the actual picture of you like standing and posing. That way they're right next to each other, and I feel like it just looks really nice in the Instagram feed. And you can still go in and change the cover photo, so you don't have to worry about that, and you can see which cover photo looks best. Like if you have a couple of you smiling or looking at the camera, you can switch it to one that you're not, vice versa, and it just makes a good cohesive feed in my opinion. And also a tip is to actually keep all of those things in the preview app, even if it's not really fitting in the photos you have now. The next day you go and next week you go and content batch, it might fit in better with those next ones. So always just keep them there. I like it because my camera roll can get really busy, and I like to go to the preview app and be like, oh, I have this picture that I haven't posted that I could use as a photo in the future. So once I have my preview app all planned, I actually take this extra step, and this helps me save time as well because it's all ready for me, but I actually bring those photos and the carousels into Instagram. Now this is a step you don't need if you do pay for the preview app, because you can actually upload, do all your captions and tags in the preview app, but I personally don't do it. I'm trying to save money, so I'm not doing it that way, and it really doesn't take that much time. But once I have the preview app all planned and once I have my feed all planned, I'll go in and in order, I'll go ahead and upload those carousels into Instagram, and I'll even do all the captions, the tags, and the location. And this helps me so much because then I can just go post and it's pretty much all set. Now sometimes the captions I do change a little bit depending on the day, and sometimes they're kind of cheesy, but honestly that's okay. I focus more on the picture. And what I also like to do is I take my hashtags and put them into alt text, because I actually post my hashtags as a comment rather than in the description. So when I'm actually ready to post, I'll go into the alt text, copy, delete it because I don't like to put it in the alt text, and then once my Instagram post is live, I'll immediately go comment like an emoji or something, and I'll reply to that comment and paste all my hashtags. I've personally found that it's helped me grow. My reach has increased a lot by doing that, so you guys got to play around with it, but it's helped me personally. But that saved me so much time, and I'll go through and I'll do that for every single picture. And like I said, it really doesn't take me that much time. This whole process maybe takes me an hour, but that way throughout the week when it comes to the time that I want to post, I can just go ahead, kind of check the preview app, making sure that I'm posting the right one, and I'll go ahead and post it. And so I hope that was beneficial for you and that you learned something, and hopefully this helps you save time in the future. But comment down below your Instagram username, because I want to go follow you guys and support other small creators as well, small or big. Honestly, I love getting inspiration from other people, but you guys should definitely go follow my Instagram and TikTok, because I do a lot more of these content creator advice, and I try to do things that a lot of people aren't actually talking about. But definitely subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of these videos, and I'm going to be doing an in-depth Pinterest strategy and my content batching days, so be sure to subscribe and follow. For now, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye friends!